Okay, so ever since Urban Meyer has left the Ohio State Buckeyes, I have not had a team outside of the SEC to truly hate. I don't hate Florida State, despite Florida being big rivals with them. I'm not a big fan of UCF fans, even though they're like a 20-time national champion, of every single sport. But the team that I hated most out of the SEC was Ohio State, not because I didn't like the team or anything wrong with them, just because I did not like Urban Meyer, the Whoville. I hate Urban Meyer. You'll hear that a lot from Florida fans, and for all you people down there in the comments, be grateful. I don't care. Okay, let's say Nick Saban up and leaves, and then Alabama's terrible for 10 years. No Alabama fans will be like, well, he won us 6 national championships, so we can be bad for forever. That doesn't matter. Nobody cares what happened 10 years ago in college football. Nobody cares what happened yesterday in college football. It's all about now. It's all about the future. It's all about the present. And Urban Meyer and Florida's success, that's the past. What he's had us go through for just up and leaving was the present for many, many years. But then we got our stuff back together. But this isn't about Florida. This is about Urban Meyer potentially going to USC. So, as much as I don't want to dislike USC because, their tradition and all that, they will be my least favorite team outside the SEC if Urban Meyer does go there. Urban Meyer leaves whenever the going gets tough. The SEC's weak at this point. It's him and Alabama. He stays there. Bama starts beating them more consistently. Oh, well, I gotta go. It wasn't because of health issues. Let's be real here. He could have taken the offseason to get his health stuff figured out. Spending time with family, whatever. He left because the going got tough. Now he goes over to the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is terrible at this point. It's the worst conference. Ohio State takes control over it, and then all of a sudden, Penn State's coming up, Michigan's coming up, Nebraska's coming up, all these teams coming up. Oh, the going's getting hot. I want to go focus on my medical issues and spending time with the fam. I'm not buying it. Whenever the going gets tough, he up and leaves. And what's the worst conference right now? What's the conference that he could rule with an iron fist? None other than the Pac-12, a team that has not had a team in the college football playoffs in the past 2 years and probably won't have it this year. So the only team right now is really Washington. They're always a top 15 team, never really a top 10 team. Oregon, once Justin Herbert leaves, will be going back to just a top 25 or 20 team. Not really anything special. If Urban Meyer goes to USC, he has everything he needs there to make it a top 5 team or program. Now, I'm going to go at this for 3 angles. Urban Meyer's angle, it makes sense. He could go in there and dominate. The USC angle, hey, you fans deserve to be a top 10, top 5 team. Urban Meyer will provide you that. From a Florida fan and from a person who does not like Urban Meyer, from an outsider, I'm conflicted because and I meant to do this as like an analysis video of is he going to USC. It's just turning into a rant at this point. So Urban Meyer, I'm not a big fan of him. I don't like how he left Florida. If he goes back to USC, I won't like how he left Ohio State. It's just Urban Meyer is a coward who leaves once the going gets tough and goes to the best scenario for him. He is a selfish coward. He's a good coach. I think he's a little bit overrated. Does that not mean he's a great coach and a top 10 coach of all time? He probably is a top 10 coach of all time. I wouldn't say top 5. A top 5, top 3 coach stays in there once the heat gets tough. Case in point, Nick Saban. Nick Saban, once teams like Georgia, Florida, Texas A&M, LSU, all these teams starting to come up, you don't see him wetting his pants and going off because he wants to spend more time with the family. Urban Meyer cannot handle it whenever there's more teams than he can handle to compete with. He cannot compete with the higher competition. It's just as simple as that. So do I think he's going to USC? All signs point to it. The only other team I think he has a shot to go to is Florida State. I'm not hearing many rumors about that. As a Florida fan, if Urban Meyer wants to figure out a way to be hated even more, go to Florida State, buddy. If you want to do that, have fun. But you're probably going to have your house egged, and everybody in Florida is going to hate you except for Florida State fans. So do I think Urban Meyer's going to USC? I'd put my money on it. All signs point to it. It makes sense for both parties. I don't like it, but on the bright side, I'll have another non-SEC team to truly despise. I don't want to hate USC. That's why I don't want him to go there. But if he does go to USC, you can bet everything you have I'm going to be trash-talking USC, and especially Urban Meyer, at every point. No disrespect to USC here. You guys are a dynasty, and I would honestly like this move for you guys. Just from, if I was coming at this from an objective viewpoint, it would make sense, and I would like this for USC, but I have too much hatred towards Urban Meyer to look at this from an objective standpoint. I try to put most of my opinion videos as an objective standpoint to really get a true opinion, and I'm trying to do it as much as I can in this video, but my hatred for Urban Meyer is starting to shine through. But again, the final question is he going to USC? I'm giving it a 75 to 80% chance. The other 10% is Florida State. The other 10% is he's just going to stay retired. But hey, there's money to be made, so I don't know. I give up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. USC fans, no disrespect to you guys or your program. You guys are a very good fan base that deserves a coach like Urban Meyer. But the problem is, after 5 years, once teams like Washington, Oregon, and UCLA start getting up, he's going to leave and leave you guys in the dust just like he did Florida and Ohio State. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my other college football content on this channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Turn on that notification bell, and peace.